Chapter 7. Games and Martial Arts. Playing games is perhaps the best means of recreation. It gives us pleasure and fun, at the same time keeps our body fit and strong, both physically and mentally. Types of games. Games can broadly be divided into two groups. They are outdoor games, indoor games. Those games which can be played in the open fields are known as outdoor games. Cricket, hockey, lawn tennis, etc. are some examples of such games. These games require physical fitness, training, stamina, and strength. Games which can be played inside a house are called indoor games. Games like Ludo, Carom, chess, snakes and ladders, table tennis, etc. are played indoors. Such games require skill and presence of mind. Teachers, please. Let the children speak about their favorite sport and sportsperson. Make them aware about playing healthy games. Individual games and team games. There are some games like chess, billiards, and golf that we can play by ourselves against another person. These are individual games. In all these games, the sportsperson or player participates as an individual. There are some games like football, hockey, cricket, volleyball, rugby, etc. that are played together by a certain number of players. These are called team games. A group of players form a team. Two teams are formed. One team plays against the other. The number of persons required for team games differ from game to game. Cricket, football, and hockey teams consist of 11 players, whereas basketball team is made up of 5 players and volleyball team is made up of 6 players. Every team has a captain or a leader. All team members respect and support the ideas and decisions of the captain. Team games usually have umpires or referees. They make sure that the game is fairly played and everyone in the team follows the rules. Team spirit. The willingness to work, play and cooperate as a part of the team with the sole aim to succeed as a group above any personal goal is called team spirit. It makes the team a good team and helps the players to learn from each other's experience. National games. A national game or sport is considered to be an intrinsic part of the culture of the nation it belongs to. Hockey is the national game of India. The name hockey is derived from French word hoquet, which means a shepherd's stick which is usually curved at one end. Each player in the game of hockey uses a hockey stick to steer the ball and send it into the opposing team's goal post. The most important thing for victory in a hockey match is the skill and perfection to control the ball. The game of hockey made India famous in the world of sport. Major Dhyan Chand, Balbir Singh and Dhanraj Pillai are some famous hockey players of the Indian team. The peak time of Indian hockey was from 1928 to 1956 when it won all the 6 consecutive Olympic gold medals. Traditional games. Local games played in certain regions are called traditional games. These games are simple and do not require any expensive equipments. Sports and games have been an important part of the Indian culture through the ages. Kho-kho, kabaddi, and wrestling are some popular traditional games of India. Some traditional sports like kabaddi is played at the national level even today. Each part of India has its own sporting tradition depending on local interest. Kabaddi. Kabaddi is primarily an Indian game. It is known by different names in different parts of India. This game is also popular in Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Japan, and Pakistan. It was introduced in the Asian Games for the first time in 1990 in Beijing, China. In this game, two teams occupy opposite halves of a field. They take turns sending a rider into the other half to win points by tagging the members of the opposing team. Then, The rider tries to return to his or her own half. The goal of the rider is to wrestle and confine the members of the opposite team before returning to the home half. Tagged members are out and temporarily sent off the field. Fatima Bano is a Vikram Award holder, the highest honor in sports given by the state government of India. She has won 3 national medals in Kabaddi and is now a famous female wrestling coach. Kho-Kho. Kho-Kho is one of the most popular traditional sports in India. Like all Indian games, it is simple, inexpensive, and enjoyable. This game is more popular among girls. It is a kind of run and chase game. Each team consists of 12 players, but only 9 players take the field. A match consists of 2 innings. An innings consists of chasing and running turns of 9 minutes each. One team sits or kneels down in the middle of the court. Players sit in a row in a zigzag manner. The team that takes the shortest time to tap all the opponents in the field wins. Wrestling. Wrestling or kushti is a traditional game still very popular in many parts of India. A wrestling match is played on a clay ground or mud pit called akhara. Wrestling is a combat sport involving throws and takedowns, joint locks, pins, and other grappling holds. A wrestling bout is a physical competition between 2 competitors who attempt to gain and maintain a superior position. Wrestling is one of the traditional martial arts of India. Most wrestlers build up a strong body by exercising and following a strict diet. They are trained by ustads or experts called pahalwan. A. Take right